hadn't planned anything at all. I literally just switched on the camera. Other than I have a prop. This one. I can't play this actually. It's a ukulele, obviously. Inspired by Liga's Deep Dolphin vlogging idea. I thought about doing a vlog, but with nothing in mind, and just see what comes up. So this one I picked up the other day, and can't play it, but I had a bit of a go and got a few pleasing sounds out. It's still a bit frustrating when you can't really apply the dexterity of your feeling to an instrument. You kind of want a certain thing, but you can't quite articulate it in. But it was kind of pleasing, and I was thinking about that in terms of mediums in general, because I always kept switching mediums, and I always felt that it was the same thing, because so I'm just watching the cats. I think it's the same thing, because in the same way that there's something that you want to express, and you want to express it through a certain form that makes a certain sound, like a ukulele for instance, or you could get something out of it accidentally as well, and that would please you because of something that you're already experiencing. But you want to express something, maybe it's your imagination or your emotions or whatever, or a kind of unfinished thread of inspiration. There's something you want to express, and then it's just like you need to find the clothing to put it into. So you can jump from medium to medium if you're really working in that way. Because I think sometimes, if you want to be an artist or something, you can really struggle. And I think that probably has to do with the fact that like you are an artist, but you haven't worked out how to do it yet. So it's not really working. As in, it's like the seed is kind of buried too deep. It's there, so you kind of want to do it, but you just sort of struggle. But then, if you kind of stop struggling, you get some kind of sense that you have to go by instinct, and you have to kind of allow yourself to do whatever feels right. And then you can retrospectively look at what you've done and start to get a sense of what's happening. The fact that it's coming from your sort of the unseen part of yourself, which is probably a part of everything else as well, into the sort of tangible part of yourself and things as a form. And so you can kind of you can then look at that and say, oh, so what is it about this or that which was worth expressing? Why did I want to do that? And personally, I came to the conclusion that it was to do with balanced forms. Things had some kind of balance, something that came to no conclusion, but expressed as much as possible, like the cliche is the yin-yang symbol, which is equally black and white and is constantly turning and morphing, and black becomes white, like the sun and moon becoming day and night kind of thing. And the idea that you're not sort of choosing one or the other. And there's something about sort of doing both at once that has an impact, and that's sort of pleasing, and it seems to be true, and it seems to be worthwhile. And I think that it's having a sense of that kind of thing, almost like the procreational sense that people have of yin and yang or whatever, of wanting to create, and just sort of, and that being kind of satisfying. And creativity, yeah, is like that. It's kind of a sexy thing, but in the broader sense, you know, like flowers are. And so yeah, I think that because Hello. Come on, Ethel. I think that because kind of like have this sense of this is true, this kind of like balanced truth, and so it needs to come out. And so then the idea of being creative is appealing. There's lots of other reasons, like getting famous or making money or whatever, but this is basically the idea of wanting to make something that is good. And what's good? Probably the only thing that's really good is something you can't really define. Sort of captures everything. And so then that you can apply to different mediums. You can just put that into different clothes, and then you can look at the medium and you can see how the medium relates to the idea that you've had and get inspired by that. And then you start to work with it as well in the tangible space, like in the tangible reality. You actually can, in the same way that if you're making a film and you get a good take, like something happens that you hadn't thought of, that's not necessarily coming. You're like taking that straight out of your imagination into tangible reality. Maybe it is, but you know, it's not in the obvious sense. But yeah, of course, you can have fun, you can do all this stuff, because as long as it's kind of happening naturally, it has the same quality as the kind of things that are in your mind anyway, because it's more natural, it's more primordial. It's kind of like natural. It's natural occurrences, like whilst it's in the imagination. And so, yeah, you bring that out faithfully, and then natural things happen in the process, and that all marries together. And you come up with all kinds of stuff. So yeah, that's what this made me think of, amongst other things. Did it make you think of anything? Oh, look at this. Come on. Predator. Come on. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. He had a bath today. And because he's a Maine Coon, I can go in water. He's got our hands in it. So yes, this one. Made me think of that. Like the John Lennon quote, I am an artist. Give me a fucking tuba and I'll get you something. That kind of thing. You can apply it to anything. It's just the idea of something that feels essential and powerful in your imagination, in the unseen part of you bring into tangible reality. Even if you can't play, see, I can't play, but I could still, you know, I could record something, I cut bits out, and I don't have the dexterity of a virtuoso guitarist, and this is a silly guitar, but I could still cut together something. You say, oh, that's cheating, but not really, because if you're faithful to whatever is driving the creation, that's more profound. Whatever it is that you need to kind of get out there, that's more profound than being a virtuoso guitarist or anything else. So yeah, the point is, having had no point other than kind of liking this object, I guess the point is, the point that I make a lot. How surprising. Go on, Apple. He's coming across. I guess the point is, come on man, selfie. I guess the point is, you can put your juice into anything. Yes.